Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Just make sure that everything is perfect from my side as well as from yours. If you find any difficulties, just let me know. Am I clear? Okay. Okay, let's wait for 30 seconds and we'll start. Okay. Did you revise yesterday's topics and did you revise all the PPTs which I have been shared regarding this non-chordata and chordata? Did you revise it? Okay, we'll start. Okay, and for today, your first question will be this. Match the following question. You have to match it correctly. Tinea solium. Tinea solium, and these are all the excretory organ. You have to match the particular organism with the correct excretory organ. Okay, and here is what your option is. Tinea solium, first of all, just tell me this Tinea solium coming under which phylum and their common name. Good, very good. If you know this Tinea solium, which is coming under the phylum Platyhelminthes, it is also called as the flatworms, and those flatworms which have a peculiar excretory structure or cells is called as the flame cells. Okay, we can also call them as the protonephridium, right? And paramecium, we know that this paramecium is coming under which phylum? Protozoa, and they have a contractile vacuole as a water balancing organ, or we can say osmoregulatory organelle. And periplaneta, what is periplaneta americana? What is periplaneta? Periplaneta is a genus. Connective link, that is peripatus. Okay, don't confuse it with that peripatus. This is periplaneta. Periplaneta will be the genus name. Yeah, good. The full name of cockroach, scientific name will be the Periplaneta americana, right? And this peritema, they are nothing but an earthworm, and they have the nephridium. And connective link will be the peripatus. That will be the connecting link between the Annelida and Arthropoda, right? So these are all the excretory organs of all other phylums. Kindly make a note of it. In case of Platyhelminthes, we know that flame cells or protonephridium. In case of nematodes, that is roundworms, they have a rennet glands. In case of annelids or segmented worm, we have a metanephridium or nephridia. Right, and arthropoda, it is also called as a jointed appendages. They have a Malpighian tubules. Okay, and mollusca, there are also other excretory organs which I'm going to explain in the upcoming slides. For now, just remember that Malpighian tubules is the excretory organ of the phylum arthropods. And these mollusca, it is also called as the shelled animals, and those animals are using the nephridia or nephrocytes as their excretory organ. In case of echinodermata, they have a coelomocytes. Okay, in case of chordata, we know that they have a very well developed excretory organ called as the kidneys. Okay, now radial symmetry. See, understand the question properly. Radial symmetry, it is not found in the adults of which phylum? Okay. For that, you have to know what is meant by radial symmetry. If we cut a particular organism at any plane, we have been come up with two equal morphological characters. Okay, and this radial symmetry is not found in adults of the phylum. Don't confuse with, see, in echinodermata we have an adult stage and larval stage. In larval stage they have a bilateral symmetry. In adult stage they have a radial symmetry. And what will be the question is asking? Radial symmetry is not found in the adults of the phylum, and you have to choose the correct option. We can find two types of symmetry in case of phylum echinodermata, right? In larval stage, they are exhibiting the bilateral symmetry. In adult stage, they are exhibiting the biradial or radial symmetry. Okay. And in Ctenophora, what will be the symmetry? In Hemichordata, what will be the symmetry? Coelenterata, what will be the symmetry? If you know the general characteristic features, you can easily answer this question. That is why I keep on stressing to revise this gender characters as well as the classification, that too with examples. Okay. See, the answer is Hemichordata. Okay, Ctenophora and the Coelenterata, they have a radial symmetry. Okay, they are not a well-developed organism, so they exhibit a radial symmetry. But in Hemichordata, they exhibiting the bilateral symmetry. Okay, see, in case of Porifera, we can't find any symmetry, so it is asymmetrical. And in Cnidaria, it is a radial symmetry. Cnidaria, Ctenophora, they are coming under the category Coelenterata. They are exhibiting the radial symmetry. So the question asking here is not found. The radial symmetry is not found in adults of which phylum? Platyhelminthes, nematodes, and annelids. All these helminth category. Helminth means what? Worms. Flat worm, round worm, segmented worm. All these worms, they are exhibiting the bilateral symmetry. And in mollusca and arthropoda, they are also exhibiting the bilateral symmetry. Majorly, it is bilateral in mollusca, but some they also exhibit a radial symmetry, right? So the mollusca is also not an answer. And see, in echinodermata, in adults, they are exhibiting a radial symmetry. In larval stage, they will exhibit a bilateral symmetry. In chordate, we know obviously they are going to exhibit a bilateral symmetry. Some may exhibit a radial symmetry and certain stages. Okay, so the correct answer will be the hemichordate. Clear? Now, answer for this question. Select the correct statements with reference to the chordates. Presence of a mid-dorsal, solid and double ventral nerve cord, presence of a closed circulatory system, presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits, presence of dorsal heart, trigloblastic pseudocoelomate animals. What will be the correct combination? You have to choose that wisely. If you pick out one option, you can easily eliminate the option. Okay, always choose these statement related questions has to be, it will be very easy only by elimination method. Okay, even though you are thorough with the concept, the elimination technique will help you for this type of questions. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Okay, see, we know chordates will be the trigloblastic. And do you think this chordates is a pseudocoelomate? By seeing this word, you can scrutinize the option. Okay, and also see, presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits. Okay, this is the correct combination. And do you think presence of dorsal heart or it will be the ventral heart? There will be the difference here. And also, close the circulatory system. We know that they are a very well developed organism. So obviously, these circulatory systems are processed with the blood vessels through which the blood can flow. And also the main bit dorsal, solid, and double nerve cord. These are all the statements, and the answer is okay. See, you should know that they have a dorsal ventral nerve cord. They are not a double nerve cord. Okay, this is the first type. And here the presence of dorsal heart. If you eliminate this option, you can easily come up into the answer 3. Okay, it will be the ventral heart. And you know that this will be the coelomate animals. Okay, and that too, this will be the enterocoelomate animal. It is not a schizocoelomate animal. Okay, good. Now, and these are all the other characteristic features seen in phylum Chordates. We have a notochord. Okay, chordate animals have a notochord either in the embryonic stage or in the adult stage. Okay, it have a structure called notochord and dorsal nerve cord. Dorsal nerve cord will be there, and pharyngeal slits. This pharyngeal slits, dorsal nerve cord, post anal tail. These are the 3 important characteristic features of the phylum Chordates. Okay, and they have a closed circulatory system, and also we have a segmented muscles, that too external or internal. All these differences plays a key role. Okay, now next question. Individuals of the same species having genetic variations and occurs in same environment are called. Okay, let me say, and the answer will be the ecofence. Okay, you have to understand what is biotype, what is ecotype, what is ecofin. See, the term ecofin, it is also it is less commonly used to compare the biotype and ecotype. And generally, what is ecofin? It is the phenotypic variations within a population or a species. Phenotypic variations mean a morphological characteristics. They are comparing the morphological characters with other species. Okay, and those variations are mainly influenced by environmental factors. Okay, and due to the environment, they are affecting the color, size, shape, or even their behavior. Okay, based on their environment, all these traits or characters have been varying, but they are not necessarily have a genetic basis. What they are saying is ecofin, or generally they are influenced by environment but not by the genetically, right? This is what ecofin, and that is what they are asking. Genetic, they having genetic variation occurs in the same environment plays a major role in influencing those organisms. Okay, like that you have to read these 2 definitions also. Now, the binomial system of nomenclature was initially proposed by. The binomial system of nomenclature was initially proposed by. Okay, and that will be the Gospel Bohin. Okay, he is the one introduced the binomial nomenclature. Okay, and he is the one assigned that 2 names has to be set up for the scientific name, because see what is the purpose of using this binomial nomenclature means. See, for a particular species we have a different vernacular names, that is local names according to their own state, according to the country, according to the nation, right? But this binomial nomenclature, for example, Homo sapiens for human, this Homo sapiens is same in case of Tamil Nadu or Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, like that. It is same in India as well as it is same in America or in any other foreign country. This Homo sapiens is the same for all the country. But in case of vernacular names, they can be varied. So what they have been, the a particular species have a unique name that has to be followed followed by the entire nation, okay, in the world. That is what the purpose of giving the binomial nomenclature. That was initially introduced by Gospel Bohin. Okay, and later it was developed by Carolus Linnaeus. Now, uricotelic is found in fishes and freshwater protozoans, birds, reptiles and insects, frogs and toads, mammals and birds. Very good. Birds, reptiles, insects. These are all the animals. That is aves, arthropods, and reptiles. They are they are excreting the excreta in the form of uric acid. Okay, that is why it is calling them as the uricotelic. What is in case of fish? It is ammonotelic. Their excretory product will be the ammonia. What in case of mammals? They are excreting the excretory product as the urea. Okay, so these are all the best example for the. Okay. Presence of gills in the tadpole of frog indicate that fishes evolved from the frog-like ancestors. Frog will have gills in future. Frogs evolved from gilled ancestors. Fishes were amphibious in the past. What will be the answer? Very good. Frogs evolved from gilled ancestors. For that, you have to know in this question, you have to read the chronological order. That is very, very, very important. Okay, right from the phylum Porifera. After that, we have a Coelenterata. After that, we are having a Platyhelminthes, Nemathelminthes, Annelida, and after that, we are having arthropods and mollusks. After that, we are having a chordata. All these lines are very chronological order important. And when it comes to the chordata, we are having fishes, right? And after that, amphibians, reptiles, aves, and mammals. So all these are very, very important. For this question, the answer will be frogs evolved from gilled ancestors. This is what an answer. Okay, see, the fishes are evolved from gilled ancestors. Presence of gills in the tadpole of frog indicates that frogs evolved from the gilled ancestors, because before the class amphibians, we are having fishes. Fishes have gills for their respiration. That respiratory structure has been carried on to the amphibians, which fishes are the ancestor for the amphibians. Okay, now what is this question? Which one of the following characters is not typical of the class Mammalia? Alveolar lungs, 10 pairs of cranial nerves, 6 cervical vertebrae, thecodont, dentition. These are all the options, and you have to choose which is not the characteristic features of the class Mammalia. Just think lungs will be the category or not. Okay, thecodont dentition will be the characteristic features or not. By seeing this, you can easily eliminate the option, and not a typical characteristic features are asking here. Okay, so the answer is B and C. Why? Because here they are having a 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Okay, see, most of the mammals or terrestrial animals which breathe through lungs. So the first option will be correct, alveolar lungs. And these lungs are having a small bags called the alveoli, where the exact exchange of gases is going to happen. And how many pairs of cranial nerves are present here? 12 pairs of cranial nerves. And all the mammals, whether camel or a whale or giraffe or man, they have a 7 cervical vertebrae. Okay, so these are all the unique characteristic features of the class Mammalia. So the next question, class Porozoa of the phylum Protozoa is characterized by. I have for that you have to read the classification of the protozoa. Okay, so generally the protozoa phylum has been categorized into 4 different classes based on the locomotory organelle. Okay. By that, you can easily eliminate the option. Very good. Exactly. This class Sporozoa is one of the class under the phylum Protozoa, and they have no locomotory structure. So the flagella and cilia is not found in case of class Sporozoa. Instead of that, this flagella will be the locomotory organelle for the class Sarcomastigophora, and this cilia will be the locomotory organelle for the class Nidospora. Right? For example, Paramecium. Celiophora, right? And this parasitism will be the correct answer, because this Sporozoa, they are having a plasmodium, okay, and they are a parasite, exactly. And the answer will be the answer 3. And these are all the other important characteristic features of the class Sporozoa. As the name suggests, this class Sporozoa, they have a unique characteristic features of will be the characteristic features only in the class Sporozoa under the phylum Protozoa, right? And they are having no locomotory organelle. And that spores is nothing but they are the best asexual reproduction mechanism followed by these protozoans. And they are involving in the parasitic life cycle. It definitely needs the host to complete their life cycle, to take their nourishment. And they are having the epicomplex and characteristics like, see, they are now classified under the phylum Epicomplexa, under the phylum Protozoa. And again, it will be the intracellular parasitism inside the host. Now, the next question, the vector for causing sleeping sickness in mammals. What will be the scientific name of tsetse fly? What will be the scientific name of tsetse fly? The answer will be the tsetse fly. What will be the science name? Glossina palpalis. Okay, good. And what will be the name of the protozoan which is causing the sleeping sickness? See, this tsetse fly is carrying that particular protozoan, which is why we are calling them as a vector. And that particular protozoan is the one causing. So here's the list of protozoan disease. We know that malaria will be the name of the disease and the vector will be the female Anopheles mosquito. Here, what will be the name of the pathogen? That will be nothing but a plasmodium, right? Plasmodium species. And here, African trypanosomiasis. And here, this will be caused by the Trypanosoma gambians, and the name of the vector will be the tsetse fly. And Chagas disease, leishmaniasis, sleeping sickness, toxoplasmosis, cryptosporidiasis, giardiasis. These are all the name of the protozoan disease. And you should know whether these are the disease caused by the bacteria or protozoan or a virus, like that. Okay, type of the disease. And what will be their vector and what will be the name of the pathogen. These are all the important things you have to focus on. Here, that I didn't include the name of the protozoan, and it's your duty to refer the name. Okay, now the next question will be the excretion in animals arthropoda takes place by. Excretion in animals arthropoda takes place by Malpighian tubules, green glands, coxal glands, all the above. All these are the excretory organ used by the arthropods. Okay, and we have a different class under the phylum arthropod. Each class is following unique excretory organ, and these are all the excretory organ of all other phylum. In case of Porifera, we know that canal system will be the name of the structure which is going to do all the physiological functions. Okay, so especially this choanocytes. What this choanocytes is made of? What is the main locomotory organelle present in the choanocytes which is helpful in the process of excretion? Just tell me what will be the locomotory organelle and what will be the structure which is present in the choanocytes. It is not present in the pinacocytes, but it is present in the choanocytes. What is the name of that structure which is helpful in the process of excretion? Is it cilia or flagella? It is flagella. Okay, so these are all the things you should not forget. Okay, flagellated collar cells. This is what we can call these choanocytes. Okay, this is not a mistake. This is a blunder which you should not do at any time. Cnidaria, they are having a gastrovascular cavity. Here, nidocytes is the cell is responsible for the waste removal. And platyhelminthes, we know that flame cells or protonephridium, this will be the excretory structure. Nematodes, they are having a protonephridia or pseudocoelom. These are all the excretory organs. Annelids, here the structure will be the metanephridia or nephridium. This is what used as an excretory organ. In mollusca, kidney or nephridia, this can be used as an excretory organ. In arthropoda, we know that in case of insecta class, they are using the Malpighian tubule. In case of crustaceans like crabs, lobsters, prawns, shrimp, these are all the organisms under the crustaceans. They are going to follow use these green glands as their excretory organs. In case of arachnids like spider and all, they are using the coxal glands as an excretory organ, right? And in echinodermata, they are using water vascular system. Okay, like a canal system in porifera, here the water vascular system is used for the process of excretion. And in chordate, we know kidney will be the primary excretory organ. Right? Now, animals in which the clitellum always present belongs to which class of Annelida? Clitellum is a structure. It has an important character. Okay, and that will be present in which of the following class of the phylum Annelids? This is what your question. Okay, good. Okay, your answer will be the Polychaeta and Oligochaeta and Hirudinea. Okay, B and C. Right, and your explanation I didn't, something is mismatch here. Okay, see, you have to understand the background information. For that, you have to read a classification of annelids. Okay, and like in the same way, Parapodia is the structure present in which of these class under the phylum Annelids? Parapodia is a locomotory appendage which is present in which class of the phylum Annelids? Polychaete. And what will be the important function performed with this clitellum? What will be the function of this clitellum? They are involved in the function of reproduction. Okay, particularly leech, that is Hirudinaria. And which one of the following is a sealant trait? See, this is an important question where every people find a confusion with respect to the Echinodermata and Coelenterata, as the name starts with C. Just tell me, sea cow, sea cucumber, sea fan, and sea horse. These are all the list of an organism, and you have to choose which will be the correct sealant trait. Sea fan. And the sea cow, sea cucumber, sea horse, they are coming under the phylum Echinodermata. Okay, and all other coelenterate starts with the name sea. These are all the sea pen, under the Pentactulaceae, sea whip, Gorganians, sea feather, Stylastridae, sea fan, Anthozoa. These are all also the other organism which is placed under the phylum Coelenterata. All these are referring the different types of corals. Of course, okay, so it is very, very important to read all these things. Right now, and I have given here for each organisms, I have given a unique characteristic features. It is your duty to have a look at it. Okay, gone through once. And diploblastic acoelomate condition is found in what is diploblastic? It have only two layers. An acoelomate, they have a no body cavity, and you have to understand now what will be the phylum of all these organisms, and after that you have to come into a conclusion as a diploblastic acoelomate condition. Acoelomate, it is seen in which of the following organisms? Okay, now the answer will be the sea anemone. Okay, sea anemone, it is also called as the Adamsia, and it is belong to the class Coelenterata. Okay, it is diploblastic and acoelomate animal. Okay, sea Coelenterata have no body cavity structure. We know that. Now, Osphradium is, what is Osphradium? Gustatory, tangoreceptor, olfactory, and photoreceptor. Osphradium is, what is Osphradium? I think this word has been mentioned in our PPT. Kindly have a look at that. Just tell me this is related to which phylum. Okay. See, this Osphradium is an olfactory organelle. It is doing the olfactory function. Of course, it is related to the phylum Mollusca. Very good. This Osphradium, this will be the sensory organ. Okay, it is related to the olfactory function. It is seen in the phylum Mollusca, particularly the class Gastropoda. Okay, so now next question. Which one of the following phylum is correctly matched? See, here the question asked here is correctly matched with its two general characteristic features. Arthropoda is a phylum, and the characteristic feature is they have been divided into head, thorax, abdomen, and respiration by tracheae. See here, the body is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen, and the respiration is by tracheae. Chordata, here the notochord, it is present at some stage and separate anal and urinary openings to outside. Here, this is a one characteristic features, and this will be the another characteristic feature. And echinodermata, here the pentamerous radial symmetry and mostly internal fertilization. In mollusca, they are having the normal oviparous and development through the trophophore or the veliger larva. And the question asked here is correctly matched. Yes, good. Here, the most appropriate answer will be this. Okay, because Here, they having a jointed appendages. The body consists, the segments are joined to form the legs. Obviously, there are three regions: head, thorax, and abdomen. But here, the respiration is taking place by gills, hook lung, and tracheal chambers. Okay. So this is also correct, but they are not giving all the respiratory organ. So the most appropriate answer will be this. Okay, this is oviparous, and their larval stages will be the trochophore or veliger larva. In case of chordata, there will be no separate opening for anal and urinary tract. Okay, they have a common opening. In case of echinodermata, they are external fertilization. Okay, so the most appropriate answer will be option 4. Now, match the following statements: crocodile, sea urchin, obelia, and lemur. Just match the correct matched pair. Crocodile, four-chambered heart, sea urchin, parapodia, obelia, metagenesis, lemur, thecodont. What will be the answer for this question? Look at the options are here, and you have to say what are all the organisms are correctly matched here. Whether crocodile or four-chambered heart or not, a sea urchin having a parapodia or not, obelia or following the metagenesis mechanism or not, lemur having this type of condition or not. And you have to match these pair correctly. Good. Okay, crocodile have a four-chambered heart. Generally, reptiles have three-chambered heart with the exception crocodile. Only crocodile under the class Reptilia having the four-chambered heart. There is two auricle and two ventricle. All other organisms present under the class Reptilia have the three-chambered heart. Okay, and sea urchin is coming under the phylum Echinodermata, and this parapodia will be the characteristic features of phylum Annelids. So this will be not a correct match. So we can eliminate the option 2 and option 4. Okay, and obelia, obviously the common name for obelia will be the seafur. It is placed under the phylum Coelenterata. So obviously it will be the it is having the process of metagenesis. What is metagenesis? The alternation of, or we can say the sexual reproduction is followed by asexual reproduction. Okay, the alternation of these two types of reproduction can be seen in the phylum Coelenterata, particularly the obelia. Okay, now lemur having a thecodont dentition. So the answer will be the first option. Okay. Freshwater coelentrates occurs in the class. For this question, you have to read the background information as a classification of phylum coelentrates. Only if you know the general characteristic features of the class coelentrates, class under the phylum coelentrates, only then you can easily answer this question. Okay, see, in Coelenterata, we have a three different class: Anthozoa, Hydrozoa, and Cyphozoa. Okay, in Anthozoa, they are present in freshwater or marine water. This is what a question, right? And you have to understand this Hydrozoa is peculiarly, we can see either in freshwater or in the marine water. But in Cyphozoa and Anthozoa, they are exclusively marine. And I have inserted the all other important characteristic features in the class Anthozoa, Hydrozoa, and Cyphozoa. And the most important thing is, see, just listen to me properly here. In Anthozoa, they are not having the medusa stage, and they are having only the polyp stage. So it is not having the medusa, so it can't perform a sexual reproduction. It is present only in the form of polyp, and it is sedentary, and it is going to perform an asexual reproduction. This is a most important thing. Okay. Now, hydrozoa, they are having a both polyp as well as medusa. Okay, they are having both polyp and medusa. Right? This is the most important thing. And in Scyphozoa, they are predominantly marine. Okay, see, just like Scyphozoa and this Anthozoa, they are exclusively marine. And you should know that here the medusa stage is a dominant. Okay, the medusa stage is a dominant. And they are also having a polyp stage and medusa stage, but here the medusa stage is dominant. All these characteristic features are clearly written in the PPT. You can refer that. So these points are very important to know that. For this question, hydrozoa is seen in the freshwater or marine water, but this Scyphozoa and Anthozoa, they are seen exclusively in the marine. Okay. And true jellyfishes belong to which class? Very good. Scyphozoa have a true jellyfishes. We can say like that. They are commonly known as the jellyfish. They are also having the polyp and medusa stage. But what is predominant? That is what important. Okay, predominantly it will be exhibit in a medusa stage. And it also can be said that Portuguese man of war. That can be called, this name is specifically known to this Physalia, hydras, and some species of fire corals. Okay, so this can also be asked in the question, which is called as the Portuguese man of war, and they are coming under which phylum, which class, and they are commonly called as what? They are related to the coral. Okay, all these informations are very important. An organ pipe coral is organ pipe coral. For this, you have to read the basic information as the what are all the list of corals and what will be their specific characteristic features. This is what you have to read as a background information, and here's what I have attached here. See, for this organ pipe coral, the answer will be the tubifora. But before that, you have to read all the types of corals. Hard corals, that is placed under which order or class? Scleractinia. Soft corals or Alcynoceae. Stony corals or Madreforiae. Fire corals, they are Millifora. Black corals or Antipaterae. Organ pipe coral, they are coming under Tubifora. Blue coral or Heliophora. Okay, so these are all the names which are very important. The name. If you can't read the description, at least read the type of coral and where it has been placed. So it is sufficient. Okay, now a mature proglottid have a fertilized eggs in the uterus of tapeworm regularly detached. This process is known as apolysis, proliferation, strobilization, none of the above. A mature proglottid having a fertilized eggs in the uterus of tapeworm, they are regularly detached. Okay, detached, this process is called as. Okay, strobilization is somewhat related to the metamerism. There is pseudo-metamerism is also called as the strobilization, and that will be the characteristic features of platyhelminthes. We know that. Okay, and proliferation is somewhat a growth. Okay, but here they have been, the statement given here, they are regularly detached. So obviously it will be related to the apolysis. Okay, the shredding of this gravid, which means a matured proglottid, this is called as the apolysis. Okay, now from which stage of silkworm is obtained? From which stage silkworm is obtained? And what will be the name of the metamorphosis involved here? Very good. Holometabolic development or complete metamorphosis, because always the complete metamorphosis means it has been involved 4 stages. Okay, egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Before the pupa has been converted into the adult, we are going to kill this pupa and we are going to obtain the silk. Okay, now the question will be like this: from which stage of silkworm the silk is obtained? Okay, so the pupa will be the answer. So this is the stage where we killed this pupa and we are going to obtain the silkworm by the process of silk reeling. Now, diploblastic acoelomate condition, I have attached this question before. And one of the following is a very unique feature of mammalian body. And what will be that unique feature? The presence of diaphragm is a peculiar feature of the mammalia. Four-chambered hearts can be found in birds too. And the mammals and birds are warm-blooded animals due to their ability to maintain their body temperature. Rib cages are found in. Okay. What will be the answer for this question? Actually, there will be the mistake in the question. The question will be like this. Okay, don't get confused here. The presence of diaphragm is a peculiar feature of mammalian group. This is the one question. And four-chambered heart will be seen in the mammals. Mammals or warm-blooded animal. Okay, we can frame like this. Mammals are warm-blooded animal. Rib cages are found in the mammals. Okay, presence of diaphragm, four-chambered heart, warm-blooded animal, rib cages are found in the mammals. And which will be the unique characteristic features present only in the mammals? Whether it will be the diaphragm or four-chambered heart or warm-blooded animal or the rib cage. Which is structure? Very good. Diaphragm will be the correct answer, because four-chambered heart will also be seen in the birds also, and warm-blooded animal, birds will also be considered as a warm-blooded animal. Rib cages is also present in birds, reptiles. Okay, so the correct answer will be the presence of diaphragm. And all other important characteristic features will be the mammary glands. Obviously, we know that this is the only characteristic which is exclusive only to the mammals, right? And we know that parental care is also predominant in case of mammals. And what will be the name of arthropod? Okay, that will be the arthropod, which is considered as a living fossil. And what will be the answer? What is considered as a living fossil in the arthropod, and what will be considered as a gregarious pest coming under the phylum arthropod? Anybody have an answer for this question? Good. Limulus, this king crab will be considering as the living fossil under the phylum Arthropods. Locust will be the gregarious pest. It can easily, the only duty performed by this locust will be eating and reproduction. Okay. It can destroy an entire field within a limited time. Okay. So it will be considered as a gregarious pest. Now, which organ helps in the excretion? Arthropods and hemichordates. With respect to this arthropods, but in hemichordate, what will be the excretory organ? Okay, the answer will be the proboscis gland. This is the most important question. Okay, the excretory organ seen in case of phylum Hemichordates will be the proboscis gland. Okay, that's all for today. And in tomorrow's class, once again, the last class for the non-chordates and chordates. And day after tomorrow, we are going to start a new unit, cell biology. Okay, and be prepared. Once again, revise the entire unit of chordates and non-chordates. Tomorrow will be the last session for this non-chordates and chordates. Okay, shall we wind up the class, or if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. You can leave the class if you have no doubts. Okay. Okay, I'll let you know whether the class is available for tomorrow or not. Okay. If the class is there, kindly go through the recorder. If not, I'll inform you tomorrow. Okay, any other clarifications? Okay. Okay, then shall we wind up the class? Thank you.